In November 2022, the quiet college town of Moscow, Idaho, became the focal point of a massive forensic and digital investigation following the deaths of 4 University of Idaho students at an off-campus residence located at 1122 King Road. The victims were identified as Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Zana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. The case gained international attention not only due to the nature of the crime, but also because of the high-tech investigative methods used to identify a suspect who was a PhD student in criminology, specifically trained in the very methods used to catch him. The residence at 1122 King Road was a 3-story house with a unique layout, where the first floor was partially built into a hill, and the second and third floors had direct access to the exterior. On the night of November 12th, Madison Mogen and Kaylee Goncalves had spent the evening at a local bar called the Corner Club before stopping at a late-night food truck known as Grub Truck at approximately 1:30 a.m. They were driven home by a private party and arrived at the house at 1:56 a.m. Simultaneously, Zana Kernodle and Ethan Chapin were at the Sigma Chi fraternity house nearby and returned to the King Road residence at roughly 1:45 a.m. 2 other roommates who were not targeted were already in their bedrooms on the first floor. The timeline of the events inside the house was reconstructed using a combination of digital footprints, including DoorDash delivery records and cell phone data. At 4 a.m., Zana Kernodle received a Jack-in-the-Box order delivered by a DoorDash driver. Forensic data from TikTok showed that Zana was active on the app at approximately 4:12 a.m., indicating she was awake during the early stages of the intrusion. Between 4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m., a suspect entered the home and committed the murders using a fixed blade knife. One of the surviving roommates reported waking up around 4 a.m. to what she thought was the sound of Kaylee playing with her dog. She later heard a male voice saying something to the effect of, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." At 4:17 a.m., a security camera located at a neighboring residence picked up distorted audio of what sounded like a whimper, followed by a loud thud and a dog barking. Digital forensics played a critical role in identifying the suspect, Bryan Kohberger. The investigation relied heavily on video canvassing, where detectives collected thousands of hours of footage from residential Ring doorbells, business security cameras, and University of Idaho campus surveillance. They identified a white sedan, later confirmed to be a 2015 Hyundai Elantra, circling the King Road neighborhood 4 times between 3:29 a.m. and 4:04 a.m. The vehicle was seen departing the area at high speed at 4:20 a.m. Investigators used a network of license plate readers, LPRs, and traffic cameras to track this vehicle's route back to Pullman, Washington, where the suspect resided as a graduate student at Washington State University. Technological analysis of cellular network data provided the next layer of evidence. Investigators obtained a tower dump, which lists every mobile device that connected to specific cell towers in the area during the window of the crime. While Kohberger's phone did not ping the towers near the crime scene during the exact time of the murders, the data revealed a calculated pattern. At 2:47 a.m. on November 13th, Kohberger's phone moved south from his residence in Pullman. At 2:48 a.m., the phone stopped reporting data to the network, a state achieved by either turning the device off or engaging airplane mode. The phone remained dark for approximately 2 hours, reappearing on the network at 4:48 a.m. near Blaine, Idaho, south of the crime scene. By mapping the pings, investigators determined he took a circuitous route back to Pullman. Historical tower data further revealed that Kohberger's phone had pinged the tower serving 1122 King Road at least 12 times in the months leading up to the attack, usually late at night or in the early morning hours. The most definitive piece of evidence was a tan leather knife sheath found on the bed next to Madison Mogen's body. Forensic technicians processed the sheath for touch DNA microscopic skin cells left behind by the handler. They recovered a single source of male DNA from the button snap of the sheath. Because this DNA profile did not have a direct match in the FBI's CODIS database, investigators turned to investigative genetic genealogy, IgG. This process involves uploading the DNA profile to public genealogy databases, like GEDmatch or Family Tree DNA, to find distant relatives. By building out a family tree from these relatives, investigators narrowed the suspect pool down to Bryan Kohberger. To confirm the match, law enforcement conducted covert surveillance on Kohberger at his parents' home in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, during the winter break. On December 27, 2022, Pennsylvania agents recovered trash from the Kohberger family's garbage cans and sent it to the Idaho State Lab. The DNA profile recovered from the trash demonstrated a 99.9998% probability that the DNA on the knife sheath belonged to the biological son of the individual who used the items in the trash. This provided the probable cause necessary for an arrest warrant. Further digital evidence emerged during the execution of search warrants. Kohberger's educational background in criminology was scrutinized. He had previously posted a survey on Reddit asking criminals about their thoughts and feelings while committing crimes, specifically focusing on how they selected victims and how they avoided detection. Investigators also analyzed his digital search history and found that he had been following the social media accounts of at least 2 of the victims. His car, the white Hyundai Elantra, was seized and dismantled for forensic evidence, revealing a lack of victim DNA, which experts suggest may be due to a professional-grade cleaning or the use of protective coverings during the crime. The case also highlighted the limitations and strengths of smart home technology. While the 1122 King Road house did not have a dedicated security system or active cameras inside, the surrounding mesh of neighbors' digital devices created a virtual net. The sound of the struggle was captured by a neighbor's camera. The suspect's car was tracked by various private and public lenses, and the timing of the victim's activities was precisely logged by their own smartphone usage. The combination of traditional physical evidence, the knife sheath, and modern digital evidence, the cell tower pings and car tracking, formed the backbone of the prosecution's case. Bryan Kohberger was arrested on December 30th, 2022, and extradited to Idaho to face 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. The legal proceedings revealed that the suspect had applied for an internship with the Pullman Police Department earlier in the year, stating in his application that he wanted to assist rural law enforcement agencies with better collecting and analyzing technological data in criminal investigations. This detail added a layer of irony to the case, as it was exactly that type of data analysis that led to his capture. The trial is scheduled to address the totality of this evidence, which remains one of the most comprehensive digital and forensic reconstructions of a crime scene in modern history. Every timestamp, from the 4 a.m. DoorDash delivery to the 4:48 a.m. cellular reconnection, serves as an immutable data point in the timeline of the 1122 King Street mystery.